Joining us this morning on The Blend is Matt Wilczek, Oasis Senior Care Advisors, and Olivia Santioni, Grand Haven Living Center in Lansing. We're going to talk about today, Matt, some of the things that we need to look for with seniors who maybe are friends of ours or our family members of ours, or maybe we're a senior citizen ourselves. And what is it, our indications that maybe we're going to need some assistance sooner rather than later, and maybe you need to make some plans for the near future.
That's right. And the reality is that 50% of adults turning 65 will need some form of assistance. And in most cases, it's the non-medical assistance or support with activities of daily living, support with dressing and meal prep and mobility, getting in and out of the bedroom, in and out of the bathroom. And for those needing this type of support, a transition to assisted living like Grand Haven Living Center can be the best and most affordable option.
So Olivia, yours is the face that your clients are going to see the first one when they come to Grand Haven. What is your role there, and how do you advise people? How do you find a plan for people? What is the spectrum of services that you offer?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So I work directly with families and prospective residents as they're looking at this transition. Our community has both assisted living and memory care. Assisted living is heavily focused on those acts of daily living that Matt talked about, assisting with those. And memory care is more for people who have dementia or Alzheimer's, or maybe starting to be a little bit forgetful. So we provide those services. I work with families on education. And like Matt said, sometimes we are a great financial option where having 24-hour home care coming into the community, the exposure risk with COVID, as well as the price per hour can start to really add up, where at our community, you're assured that we have 24/7 staff. There's always going to be somebody here. We do weekly testing for COVID and screenings at our front door for everybody who comes in the building. So we're very set on resident safety, as well as working with our families for understanding and to decrease isolation for our residents as well.
It's so important to have that social aspect for people, especially when there's dementia involved. And just even as a human being, we're social creatures. We need that social interaction. And this has been really hard, the isolation for the seniors especially. And the technology can be challenging for them. And then trying to connect that way, the frustration and the challenge. And then on top of the isolation, this can be such a great option for those who are in need. Matt, I think some people have the idea that if I call these guys at Oasis Senior Advisors, it's going to cost me a ton of money just to get this process started. What's that? That's not the truth.
Well, I think the biggest thing I'd like to share is that you don't have to feel alone in these type of decisions. And Oasis Senior Advisors is a free service to seniors and their families, and we can recommend the right option for your specific situation. And the greater Lansing area has a number of great options like Grand Haven Living Center.
All right.
Here to help you evaluate those options.
Thank you both for joining us today.